Hi, Graham Vincent, violin maker and musician. I went to the New Forest Folk Festival and there was a really tempting second-hand tool store. I can't help myself. I'm in this tool, sort of second-hand tool display at the moment, and yes, I have bought something. I bought a very fine chisel and also a beautiful internal bevel sort of paring chisel. So I think the plan is to fettle them into something decent. See how it goes. Try as hard as I could not to buy something. I did in fact buy something. So yeah, £10. I ended up with a lovely Marples internal bevel sort of paring gouge. This is one of those sort of tools which, if you've got a use for this sort of thing, they're incredibly useful. Unless you have a specific need for them, it's one of those things that looks like it's going to be fantastic. Everyone buys them, and then they just languish in the bottom of the sort of the workshop drawer or in the back of the garage or whatever. And I have one already because for me they're incredibly useful. When you are shaping corner blocks on the violin internal mould, these are the absolute ideal chisel for sort of cutting those shapes in. They don't need to, it wouldn't need to be this long to do the job, but obviously the longer the lever, the less your any movement at the top affects the angle at the bottom, so to speak. I mean, if you were holding it on a gouge that long, you know, a millimetre movement here makes a big difference to the angle, whereas hardly any if it's there. So they're really good for chopping down those blocks, or indeed if your sort of preferred technique is to hold the mold in the vise, then equally they're really good for shaping those blocks there. So you often find these in a sort of a poor condition, but without much sign of use, and that was exactly the state that the one I use at the moment was in. This lighting's not really good, sorry. It had obviously got very rusty at some stage in its life. So there's a whole load of pitting in this, like halfway up there, it's massively pitted and what have you. And although that doesn't, let's be honest, that doesn't really affect the usage of this. It every time I picked it up, I kind of thought, ugh, a tool that's been, you know, left to rust. It's a sad thing to see. So this one doesn't seem to have been used much, and it hasn't been left to rust. So, I mean, this video was going to be about me just getting it ready to use, but there's not actually going to be that much to do, to be honest. I've got to get the masking tape price label off it, and I think £10 for a Marples chisel, or gouge, should I say, in this particular instance, seems a very, very good price. They're boxwood handled. I've used these Marples boxwood handled chisels since I was at college, and I'm just used to the feel of them and the shape. So although this was a very nice gouge, it never sat comfortably in my hand compared with, I mean, already that just feels, oh yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, so I'm just gonna clean that off a little bit, polish out the brass work, have a good look at what he's be doing on the end as far as getting the end flat, and then a nice sharp end on it, and we should be there. Anyway, so I'll keep you posted as we go. Well, we've got bits of paint and all sorts on this. I know the varnish on these is a really tough one. So, I mean, water won't touch the glue on the from the masking tape. I don't want to use acetone because that probably will eat into the varnish. I think I'll just physically try and chip this bit of paint off. And then I might just try it with a tiny bit of some methylated spirits, but wiped very quickly and not go over the same part more than once. And I think the varnish should cope with that quite happily. If it doesn't, then it will certainly clean it, but it means I'll have to go over it probably with a little bit of French polish just to put the finish back onto it. But I'm hoping I don't have to do that. As I say, with this meths, I'm going to be very quick and very tentative, and just maybe just do one little patch, see what happens. Okay, well, that's not touched the glue, and it's not touched the varnish, so that idea is not a good one. You can tell we're in a violin making workshop one. You can't find any white spirit, but you can find genuine turpentine, so that's what we'll use. At least the nice thing about terps is the smell is absolutely wonderful. Now I'm pretty sure this will not touch the varnish. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Just feel that adhesive from the tape's just gone. Right, just clean that off. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's come up beautifully. Do you know what the weirdest thing is? This really just looks like all it needs is a hone, quite frankly. So I'm going to move over to the coarser cut wheel first of all. Got to be really careful using these because they're potentially quite dangerous. So always consider the rotation, which in the case of these buffing wheels and those ones next to them is that way round. Yeah, it's not going to take much to clean this up. So I'm not running up to the end because I don't want to round that over. Well, I don't know. I thought that was going to be an interesting video, but to be honest, that gouge has been so little used that it was really easy to do. So I'm not sure how much interest this will be, but just have a look at it now. Beautiful marples, boxwood handle, undamaged ferrule. I mean, a couple of water spots you can see there. But fundamentally it's not been used much. It's been kept dry. It's gorgeous, absolutely lovely. For £10, that's a stunning gouge, isn't it? This one, do you see what I was saying about rust and water damage and so on? I mean, this one obviously in an earlier life was left at the damp end of the workshop for ages. But there's its replacement. Ooh, one very happy Graham. That's all for this time, folks. Look after yourselves. See you soon. Cheers. Bye.